Strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress has been called off, but many things happened between Sunday this week when the strike started and yesterday when they had a meeting called by the federal government to resolve the impasse. And this morning, the person that will be joining me on that conversation is Chuks Akunna. He's a journalist and executive director of the Authority newspaper. We're going to have him join us via the phone. For those who missed it, the NLC had before now issued several warnings, or notices of a warning strike that will take place this week to the Kaduna state government. Why? The government, of course, the governor there's Nasir El-Rufai sacked 7,000 workers, and the NLC said that's not the way to go about it. You can't just sack people. No notice, no compensation, nothing. We're not going to have that. And then, of course, they didn't just go on a warning strike. They went with protest as well. So we saw protest in Kaduna Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, something went wrong. And by Wednesday evening, the federal government said, no, we have to wait in to see what we can do to stop this. So the NLC suspended the strike. And yesterday, they started a meeting with the federal government, led, of course, by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, and the person who represented the Kaduna state government. All right, let's go straight to my guest this morning. Hello, Chuks. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's start with the posture of the Kaduna state government, because they had several notices that Labour was going to go on a strike. Yeah, so how would you rate the posture of the government concerning the notices they received earlier on?
At best, I'll call that hypocritical, because if you look at labor laws, the external labor laws, people don't just wake up and embark on strike. They had said the Kaduna state government, but because the Kaduna state government wasn't ready for any negotiations, that was why they took the radical stance they did, and they took. And more unfortunate is that Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, was in the vanguard of those who led protests, when Labour down tools in 2012 during the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan. So it's hypocritical for the same person who at the time was among those who led the vanguard, who was in the vanguard for Labour to down tools and to shut down Nigeria at the time, to come now to say bad things about the same Labour whom he and other people in the then opposition APC used at the time against Goodluck Jonathan's administration.
All right, so the warning strike was on, protests were taking place, and at some point we saw people that were armed walking with security agents. They were beside them. How did that come across to you?
Well, I was surprised. If you recall, last October, we had the NSAS for Nigeria, started from Lagos, then spread to Abuja, then other parts of the country like Kaduna. And we saw at the time that several armed youth came out to attack peaceful protesters. By the time, it was in the realm of speculation, because people didn't know, but there was speculation at the time that the persons who came to attack peaceful protesters were government sponsored, because several people said, and of course, several photos were caught. I mean, several images emerged on, people in SUV dropping off people with cudgels and sticks and other dangerous weapons at the time, and they attacked a lot of anti-SARS and SARS protesters. So what happened in Kaduna was just for Governor El-Rufai Kaduna State government, even though they denied that, to have gone back to that same playbook to arm thugs to actually attack peaceful NLC protesters. So it's not, it didn't come to my surprise, because it's been tested. It's a strategy that was tested last October, and it worked very well for government at the time. So apparently, the Kaduna State government went back to that storybook, and and they called out the same characters who did that, and they came out and attacked them So if you also read the statement by the NLC, they pointedly accused the state government of sponsoring thugs to attack them. It's bad that thugs attack them, but it's worse that the security agencies looked by as these armed thugs attacked peaceful protesters. It's assuming a very dangerous dimension because the freedom to associate and the freedom to protest, they're all enshrined in human charters of the UN and also in the Nigerian Constitution. So a situation where people increasingly get attacked when they go out to protest does not augur well for democracy. It doesn't augur well for freedom of movement. It doesn't augur well for freedom of association, and it doesn't augur well for freedom of dissent.
Let's look at the action of the NLC. I mean, I saw that at least 7 unions joined in this protest. Some would say that the NLC's action was a show to send a message that they're still a powerful force to reckon with.
Yes, exactly. Ever since former Edo State Governor Adam Soshomole left the NLC, there have been this accusation and counter-accusation that the NLC have gone to sleep. If you recall, during the President Enoh Ogbevire has increased the fuel price, the fuel pump price, and at the time people had thought that NLC was going to come out to oppose that, to down tools and do the same thing they did in 2012, but that didn't happen. So, if you notice, NLC have been the butt of several jokes that they've been compromised. So, I think it was a very good, very strategic move by NLC, by Labour, to show that they know they not only can back, but they can bite. And I think that was what they displayed in Kaduna State. And but for the strict intervention of the federal government, things would definitely have spiraled out of control, because if you notice, there are several other bodies had tried joining. So the Kaduna State teachers in the Kaduna State University, several hospitals also joining in solidarity with the NLC in Kaduna State.
So for other states, we have, no one is striking or protesting at this time, on the streets yet, but we have states who have refused to implement the new national minimum wage. Do you think that they would start having different kinds of conversations following the NLC's action in Kaduna?
Of course, yes. Let's be very, very frank with ourselves. What is the purpose of government? A government exists because people exist. If people don't exist, then there's no government. What is the primary duty of government is to ensure good governance, for the protection of life and property. So let's ask ourselves, 6 years ago, how much was the price of rice, bag of rice, and how much is it now? It's about 3 times the price. It's about 6 times what it used to cost. So I see a worker who used to earn, say, 50,000 naira in 2015 or 2014. That 50,000 naira, what the purchasing power of 50,000 naira in what 50,000 naira could buy in 2014. If you got 200,000 today, you will to buy the same thing. So I think it's wickedness and hypocrisy on the part of those in governance. You see, life is about profit and loss. It's about assets and liabilities. You cannot speak to govern a state and want only the assets of the state. If there are liabilities, that is what life is about. If there are liabilities, let me ask you this: if, for instance, a person becomes governor and tomorrow the price of crude oil becomes $500 per barrel, will these same governors who are coming today, they will say, "Oh, sorry, Labour, we can't. Labour, we have so much money now, so we want to increase minimum wage to 100,000." Of course, they will not do that. So, whatever life brings, they say if life throws lemons at you, you make lemonade out of that. So, it's very wicked for these governors, because nobody who lives in Nigeria, in 2014, and who is in Nigeria today, who does not know what inflation has done to the pockets of the average Nigerian. So, to be talking about 30,000 naira minimum wage today is wickedness on the part of those who call themselves our leaders.
All right, let's also look at the meeting that the federal government had with the Labour and the Kaduna State government. So before now, the Kaduna State government had said they're not backing down, that they don't have the funds, to pay the workforce. I think the last time I was listening, they said about the 80% or 85% of their allocation goes to salaries, and they can no longer bear the weight. So they've been given up till, I think, next week Tuesday to come up with something. That the committee that was set up. What do you see happening here? Because the government had said, and they brought their facts to the table, we can't do this. So what is likely to change?
Of course, several things will change. You see, the truth is, like I said earlier, that a country exists only because people exist. If people exist and country exists, you see, I think a lot of factors played out. You see, had Labour continued his stance, because if you remember, don't forget that Kaduna State is a very, very volatile state. Kaduna State is one of the most, one of the states with the highest rates of kidnapping in Nigeria. And there have been fears on both sides that terrorists and bandits, so-called bandits, will take advantage of the situation to cause more harm in Kaduna State. If you call the School of Forestry, the kidnapping School of Forestry in Kaduna, and also of the Greenfield University in Kaduna. So what they've done, but you see, Governor Rufai is somebody who always feels that he can always have his way every time. You see, but he had his way as FCT minister, but this is not FCT. FCT, he was appointed minister. This is Kaduna State. Several interest groups, several religious groups, several ethnic groups there. And of course, Kaduna is a very cosmopolitan city. That is the state capital. A lot of interest groups are there. So you cannot come out and say that you don't have an option. There are those options in life. The option to death is life. The option to life is death. So you cannot come out and say you cannot shift ground. You cannot come and tell us that you spend 85% of your money on allocation on salaries. Then generate money, generate tax. Kaduna is a cosmopolitan, is an industrial city. Why not? What happens to the internal generated revenue of the state government? And that's why we're talking about true federalism, because this issue of everybody going cap in hand every month to Abuja to take money, that's the problem.
Because Chuks, let's take it from there. If the federal allocation stops, or there's some restructuring of that, what do you think is likely to happen? Don't you see that a lot of staff will be laid off? Because at the federal level, and even in some states, the civil servants have been home for months and everything is working. So, I mean, we had that conversation on radio some months ago. If we have this number of people off work and the system is working, what does that tell us? Every time we hear overbloated workforce, they're doing one biometrics after the other. And here we are, a state governor is saying we can't do this.
Okay, I want to ask, Rufai has been in power for about 6 years. I mean, in a few days' time, he was 6 years as a governor. Why didn't you do that from the outset? You see, that's the problem. So people are very, very hypocritical. You're governor in 2015. You had 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 to do this. You didn't do that. You waited for second term. You waited to be re-elected second term. So now you're coming up, you now remember that, they'll have our overbloated workforce. Why didn't you do that from the beginning? Did the Kaduna State government start experiencing this overbloated workforce today? Of course not. You see, but for most people, everything is politics. If Rufai was concerned about the size of labor in Kaduna State from the beginning, even during campaigns, why didn't he put that as his agenda? That, gentlemen, yes, I've done my homework well. We cannot sustain this. But prepare your mind. If I become governor, and I want our workforce to be more efficient, and let us cut down on our staff strength. Why didn't he do that? He didn't do that. So what he's done now, he's calling it an ambush. What he's done to people like Kaduna is an ambush. Because 2 years ago, the same Rufai went to Denmark and returned and said he was going to create 50,000 jobs. Of course, I know he wasn't telling the truth. He was being economical with the truth. There's no way, as FCT minister, as the head of the BPE, Governor Rufai, that's the Bureau for Public Enterprise. Governor Rufai advocated state divesting in business, that government had no business doing business. But like Kaduna State is going to bring an investor and said Kaduna State was going to partner with Allah Foods to create 50,000 jobs. Of course, I knew it was not true. That wouldn't be possible. But that's an aside. Like you said, El-Rufai or post-state governors did not come out clean to tell during campaigns and say, gentlemen, if I get, now I'm in my first term, but if I dare get a second term, we have to face reality. We just cannot continue with this. People are not stupid. People are rational. If you explain things to people, that, gentlemen, let's prepare our minds. We'll gradually disengage workers from 2020 or from 2021. People don't understand.
But he won't be returned in Nigeria. He wouldn't be returned. And then again, has he provided an alternative? Because saying that you're going to lay off workers, where will you put them? Like you said, inflation is hitting the roof, and people are... And don't forget, and don't forget that these will have dependents. You see what? Their take-home pay can barely take them home, can't even take them off from work to home or work home. And then you're talking about laying them off. Have you sat down to think about it? Because see, we always think, our thought pattern is always one way. Have we thought about, Kaduna is already overburdened with security problems. If you lay down 35,000 people, for instance, in Kaduna State, they have sons, they have daughters. Have you started to check the cost implication of crime that's going to blossom as a result of laying off workers? We've not done that. We only give them in federal allocation. He wants to save money. If you save this money by laying off workers, you spend this money by providing more security for people. So you're going to rob Peter to pay Paul. But we'll not start down to check the cost implication of laying down these workers, the security implication of laying off these workers. We're interested in immediate gain. What the state government starts to gain immediately. But nobody's thinking about the long-term implications, which is going to be more expensive for the state government, in my opinion. All right, thank you very much, Chuks Akunna, for your time.
Welcome.
Talking to Akunna Chuks, he's of the Authority newspaper. He's a journalist and, of course, the executive director. After the commercial, the lines will be open. We're at Nigerian for PH on Twitter, on Facebook, and our WhatsApp number 08090306416. My name is Enoh Ogbevire. Stay tuned. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162. and let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect. The Nigeria Labour Congress kicked off a warning strike with protests in Kaduna State on Sunday over the sack of 7,000 workers by the Kaduna State government. The government said, well, we cannot keep paying these people. The wage bill is enormous. It's breaking our back. So that's it. We're not doing anything. We're not changing our minds. We're not changing our position. NLC said, well, we will bring you to your knees. And day 1, day 2, day 3, they were attacked by thugs. And then the federal government said, we have to step in. And they had a meeting yesterday, a conciliatory meeting, where the Minister of Labor and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, said, well, we better sort this out. Otherwise, you go to the industrial court. And, they had a closed-door session. He came out, set up a 10-member committee, to work things out and get back to me on May 25th. I spoke to Chuks Akunna of the Authority newspaper, joined us from Abuja via the phone. Comments? 2 things. NLC, with this action, have they shown that they're a powerful force? They're still a powerful force to reckon with. And what do you think is likely to come out after the 25th? Is the Kaduna State government likely to reinstate the workers, or is it going to follow due process in the sack? Of the workers. Also, the minister said, you must not victimize anyone because we're part of this protest. We've seen that happen many times. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. And then again, are we going to see a different kind of conversation taking place between workers, civil servants, that is, and state governments? Thangoda Twegbu on Facebook says, has El-Rufai recalled the sacked civil servants in the state before NLC suspended the strike? I'm seeing it that nothing will come out between Kaduna State government and NLC's negotiation. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. We're on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, on WhatsApp 080-90-30-6-416. On Twitter, there are some messages there. Let's see. Okay, Uchechukwu says, why is nobody talking about the reason the government gave for disengaging the workers, which is a strategy companies use when they face hard times? We just did. He says, government doesn't exist only to pay salaries. They should support SMEs and MSMEs to create jobs and not tax businesses to death to pay workers. But there's a critical question that, Chuks asked. Why didn't he say it? Why didn't he say we're going to have to deal with current realities? He just believes that there's a way the government would have approached this by, having the right kinds of conversation. All right, let's come to you. Please put off the radio. Good morning. 0817-923-0002. Again, he says Kaduna State government was prepared for NLC, and NLC played into their hands by calling off the strike. They could have shut down Kaduna, stay at home without the protest. The present-day government have found a way to infiltrate protest. I fear for the sacked workers. We're Nigerian folk. Good morning.
Good morning, Enoh.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Chinke Daniel Imogate. My sister, our problem here in this country is that those that are governing us, they have made almost every average Nigeria like free money. You see, I am on the side of El-Rufai. The only wrong thing that El-Rufai has done is that he sacked them not following due process. How can you keep off workers because it is government, those you cannot pay? But Nigeria Info, if it is a government owned parastatal, if you people are 20 there, there will have been 50. This is what we are suffering in this country. People don't want to get the truth. I wonder where we are going with all this mentality. Sorry to other Nigeria, and this is why we are having problem. Thank you, Chike Daniel.
All right, we've got Victor Marcus from Town Axis of Port Harcourt saying that even though that this is Nigeria, where anything goes without questioning and without anyone liable to take responsibility for their actions, why didn't El-Rufai drop the 7,000 workers in his first term in office? When did he come to the realization that he could no longer pay them? Those people are using us to meet their needs, not our needs. I'm not sure Kaduna State government is entirely wrong. That's what Tex is saying from Oyibo. But they never follow due process. Is our civil service manpower productively and efficiently sustainable? It might be in a few states, but not majority of our states have efficient and productive civil service. You hear total workforce is high, yet health and education sectors are grossly short-staffed. That lopsidedness is the cause of the inefficiency and unproductiveness we see. Okay, that's Tex's view. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, the Enigma. This is Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt.
All right.
If we should be holistic and view it in the point of being productive, El-Rufai is right. Go to these ministries. You will see visually these people are doing nothing. They go there in the morning, log in, discuss, chat, gossip, cause a lot of problems. By 4, 5, they go home. For 31 days or 26 days, they will be demanding for salary. Most of these people are not productive to the industry.
Yeah, but is it their fault? They didn't employ themselves. I have a job description. If the employers give them a job description, don't you think they will carry it out?
Jobs are given to these same people. But they themselves, on the other hand, have other casual workers or staffs that carried out these projects. When we talk about Obiakpo, people harassing people in their shops, let us be honest. The ministry have a department that should go from shop to shop to assess if you all check, if you are due your charges, your levies and your taxes. But that department is relaxing at home. They employ the helps of, should I use the word out now, or task force to do the job. The civil service in Nigeria are not productive. The monies we should use to invest and grow our industries, we use it in compensating people in the name of, I am from this slot. There are some organizations, they don't even have a staff to carry out the major activities. What do they have? People from slots from one local government chairman or one director or one commissioner, whatever. We end up employing people who are not up to the duty, who are not qualified for the job.
All right.
See, even the biometrics we are talking about, they are just using biometrics to just like bet us, and let's use biometrics to remove some of them and keep some. But if you want to go in total, are you qualified in that department?
All right. So, first of all, they don't employ themselves. And if the government wants to train people who are in between jobs or who are out of school, I mean, that's also a plan. They could do that while they're waiting for the openings to come. On Facebook, Ambassador Iduwe Osage says the suspension of the strike by NLC isn't in the best interest of Nigerian workers. I've always doubted Ayuba Waba-led NLC executive. Fear was increased by the federal government. They refused to lead a protest. Samno Itekena Dagogo. I'm not happy with the federal government intervention, not at all, because I wanted a situation where either the NLC will show the other 35 governors what they can do to them in solidarity, or the governors show us all that sentiment alone shouldn't be the reason for recruitment and job retention in the civil service. The one reason why the federal government intervened now was because of the threat to their freedom of movement once they heard aviation workers were in solidarity with Kaduna workers. They know it's just a matter of time before it escalates into a nationwide NLC strike. If this statewide action already involves aviation workers, the National Aviation Workers would join any nationwide strike, meaning ministers, governors, senators, House of Reps members all can't move from state to state again. Even the railroad was blocked. I mean, they stopped the rail workers from going to work. So it meant that people would have to go through the Kaduna Expressway. And for those who follow the news, it's been one attack after the other. Your Nigerian phone. Good morning. Hello?
No.
Good morning.
Yeah, please, I want to remain anonymous here. Please, I beg you. Please, let some of us that think we have read about civil service online not come up to begin to castigate or tell us that what RFI did is good. In this country, I'm ashamed of being a Nigerian to an extent, because when you feel you are benefiting somewhere and you see the masses being sacked, all you could come online on to say is you are backing RFI, knowing how the country is, knowing how people are suffering, and you come up to say, because have you gone to the civil service one to know? Do you know that where I work right now, we are about 40 something, and there is no office. The office is not enough for us. So what are we saying? The government will employ you and they want you to come and stock up yourself in an office.
So what do you do in your office?
What did he say?
What do you do in your office? What do you produce?
What we do in our office, we work. It's just that some of us will stand outside when the work comes, going to the offices to select files, transfer files, do some registrations and all that. But you stay outside, you stand outside.
Okay, hold on, sir.
Because people that are your senior must have to sit down before you sit down.
Hold on, sir. If we have computers, do you think that they can cut the number of people who work and stand outside?
That's what we are saying. The government is not doing anything about to provide for all the facilities.
Hold on, sir. If the government provides computers, can they halve the workforce? Do you see that happening?
No. The government has enough employees to work as per generate funds for each country, for each state. But the problem is just that there are no facilities. There are nothing. Not even a single chair to sit in an office.
Okay.
So what are we saying?
All right. Thank you for calling. Back to Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. You like to call in to join the conversation? 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0009. Yes, the issue of an over-bloated workforce. The last caller says that's not the case. If the government provides the work tools, we can do our work effectively. We're Nigerian folk.
Good morning, Enoh.
Good morning.
Yes, I think there's so much insincerity in government approach. Government will employ 1,000, some government will employ 1,000 essays. Not train over in government houses. I bet they will pay them. When it comes to civil servants, they will be singing a different tone. All those people saying I in the House of Assembly, in National Assembly, what are they doing? Are they productive? Have they made any law benefiting you and I? How come people that are even 30,000 that people want to even drop into labor market again to decrease the crime? Abroad, people, they even pay those that are not working as social security. Do we have that in Nigeria? Why are people so wicked to the masses? Then when it's election time, they will call for you to vote for them and they're sharing their power, whatever. The governors, check all of them, their essays. What are they doing in all those government offices? In as much as I believe in productivity, is it not when you give me a job that you say you are working there now? Are you manufacturing anything? But that you are talking, you are contributing to the society. You open a program. That no work. Okay, then your company give you tools to work. They give you good AC. They give you logistics. They promote the environment conducive for you, and you are able to be productive. Who told you that those civil servants and people are saying that what are they doing there? Most of them are graduates. Can't they do the same thing? They are also empowered. Most of the government offices like Kaduna Rift, they will contract those jobs to consultancy, to private people, and there you will not say the people are redundant. What kind of thing is that? All this construction going on all over the country. Are there no engineers in the ministry? But they just people are just redundant because they contract them, they give the private companies, and then you will not say that those people are not doing anything. Then because of that, you will slash their salary, or you will not pay them, or you sack them. What kind of injustice is that in a country like this? Is it because there's no revolution? What do you mean? See, I'm pained even by what Mr. Daniel and others are saying. Let's say the fact.
All right, it's fine.
Country belongs to everybody. The money, the people's money. Engage them if you think that they are farms, open farms. Engage them. Those in Ministry of Agri, make sure they are productive. Is it not their duty to make sure that workers that they employ are productive? Just as the way those who employ you in media or in hospitals ensure that everybody there are productive in the private sectors.
So
These
for
same
you,
government people, they have private companies, they have hotels, and they make sure that those hotels are functioning. But the ones the government own, they will kill it there.
all right.
They will kill it.
All right, thank you for calling. On WhatsApp, the job description is there. For example, I know a lady working in a local government as engineer 2, which means there's a job for that. Now, this lady has nothing doing with engineering. These employees were given appointment letters by the government that is supposed to have appropriate statistics. Okay, so he's saying that someone is somewhere, but there's no work to do. Okay. Someone talked about slots and slots and slots. The El Rufai who is complaining of inability to pay is probably richer than Kaduna State. I like that you use probably, Sonny. Says government is not about profit making. The civil service is grossly underemployed considering the massive looting in the country. So is it employing more civil servants that would fix the looting? And even if government is not about profit making, the things that government is supposed to do through the help of the civil servants, are they doing it? Are they deploying their resources properly? We've got another call. We're Nigerian folk. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We can hear you. Please go on.
I don't know much about people talk about the Nigeria.
Apologies. The network is bad. Call again if you can. We're Nigerian folk. We need to wrap this up right now.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Enoh. It's good luck coming from the Doma.
All right.
Yes, Governor El-Rufai in Kaduna State, my own advice is he should put his thinking cap, because sacking 7,000 civil servants in Kaduna State, I think that is invitation of insecurity.
All right, thank you. Good luck. Final one from Thangoda Tuegbu. What is the motive of suspending the strike when the workers have already been sacked by Kaduna State government? NLC president has come again. Well, wait and see what happens next week when the committee returns whatever it is that they found to the federal government. Will they be reinstated, or will they be maybe reinstated and properly sacked, or they'll be reinstated and life goes on? We'll find out. Of course, Nigerian will bring you up to speed. My name is Enoh Ogbevire. Thank you for joining the conversation. A commercial, and then the world news is up at 9 o'clock. Do stay tuned.